Welcome back to the channel today, guys. Today was a video that I've been looking forward to, but yet it's been on my mind because it's been stressing me out a little bit. 2024 was a fantastic year for gear that we bought. Now, when I say gear that we bought, this isn't gear that necessarily came out in 2024. It's gear that I bought in 2024. So I was wanting to give you guys my favorite piece of gear from 2024, but holy cow, what an amazing year 2024 was for gear. So I'm gonna go with number 3. It was fairly easy. Number 3, this is really handy. This is the LLano. It's a battery charger. Now they do make these bigger that would charge the batteries. If the case is charged, you drop the batteries on there, it'll charge the batteries. This case, however, is a smaller one. It will not charge the batteries in the case unless it's prepped up. But still, if you've got batteries charged, it will give you the amount of the batteries. If you can see what they already give you the percentage the batteries are. So if you're out in the field, you can check and see what percentage your batteries are out. So this is number 3, the LLano. I think this was about 60 bucks, maybe 89 with the 2 batteries. The LLano batteries are pretty good batteries too, so I like them. So that was number 3. Now we got a problem. Well, the first thing I want to say, one that's definitely going to be in the running, but I'm going to write this one off. I didn't get it till about 10 days left in the year, so this one does not count in 2024. This is my drone. I absolutely freaking love this DJI Neo drone. But because I only had it for the last 10 days of 2024, it doesn't count as 2024 gear. That'll be a problem for next year because this thing is an absolute blast. The problem then comes in, and this is why I've been losing sleep over this. Not just two of my favorite pieces of gear from last year, but 2 of my favorite pieces of gear probably ever in 41 years came out last year. Yeah, well, they didn't come out last year, but I purchased them last year. And they're so different that it's hard to compare them. It's like apples to oranges. But they're both so vitally important in the YouTube channel and in the video and photography that it's almost impossible to pick a winner. I've been going back and forth, and I'm like, okay, which one could I live without? I'm like, okay, I can't live without either one of these. So which one is the most important to the channel? I even asked my wife the other day. I said, if we would only keep one of these, which one would it be? And she didn't know either because they both play such a different role, and they both play such an important role that I just couldn't do it. Let me show you what the 2 products are. One, and you guys know I love both of these items. One is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. This right here, I got it wrapped up in a case right now. It's got the screen, the widescreen on it. There it is with the widescreen, and it's got the gimbal on top. And this thing, the thing about this DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is it just works. You take the DJI mic. I had one, I guess they're charging. You put your DJI mic on, flip this on, everything syncs. You point this at something, it focuses. I call this thing magic because if you just need something that works, it works. I mean, earlier this year I was making a video and I was having a hard time getting things working. So I thought, well, there's my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I'll take it outside, I'll just turn it on, it'll work fine. Sure enough, everything I tried the rest of the day didn't work. I flipped on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, boom, perfect video. Sound was great, no problems whatsoever. Now, with that said, the competition for my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 that I love dearly and do not want to do without is also another piece of equipment that I love dearly and do not want to do without, and that is my Lumix G9mkii. And right here it has the Andesini. They call it Andesini. I call it Anderson. I don't know. Which one do you guys like best? I'm pretty sure Andesini is the official name. I call it Anderson. I'm probably wrong. I usually am. But this Lumix G9 Mark II, and you guys know I've been a Canon guy for over 41 years. And I love my Canon gear, but we did retire from weddings last year. So I don't really have the need for that 12,800 ISO at a wedding. This Lumix G9 Mark II does so much. It'll do things my Canon R6 won't do. It's got a smaller sensor. So yes, your quality is going to be a little better off of my Canon R6, especially under low light. But this camera offers so much that it'll do in camera that it's almost impossible to replace. I can't imagine trying to run a YouTube channel and not having the Lumix G9 Mark II. Before this, I had the Lumix G9, and it was a fantastic camera, but it didn't quite have the focusing that this G9 Mark II has. This G9 Mark II is just a little dream camera. I mean, it's great for travel. It's small. It don't look small here because I've got a camera cage on it, and I've got a 5-inch monitor on top of it, so I've got it all decked out right now. It don't look that small at the moment, but it is. And the one thing I like about the Micro Four Thirds system is Olympus lenses that fit my Lumix. Lumix lenses fit my Lumix, obviously. And there's so many third-party lenses like TT Artisans, 7 Artisans, there's Leica. There's so many lenses that will fit on my Lumix G9 Mark II. And the good thing is, if I spend $900 on a lens for my Lumix G9 Mark II, that's a fairly expensive lens. If I spend $900 on my Canon, that's probably going to be a budget lens. Like this, for example, this is a 12 to 35 2.8 Lumix, which is the equivalent of a 24 to 70 on a full frame. This lens brand new is like $800. That's a pretty good bit for a Micro Four Thirds lens. That the 24 to 70 f2.8 on my Canon R6 is, I think, $2,200. So you see where I'm going with the prices here. Not to mention the price, the size factor and the weight factor is tremendous. It's when you get my age, weight is a huge issue. I love this little camera. The focus is just dead on. The things it'll do is just fantastic. I love playing with this camera. I'm still learning new stuff about it all the time. The menu is so deep. It does so much. And I don't want to sell it short while ago when I said that the Canon R6 is a much better under low light, and it is. At 12,800 I can get almost no grain with my Canon R6, but I can push this camera upwards of 6,400 and still get some pretty usable pictures. And that's before you even think about running it through a program, Topaz. If you run it through Topaz, you're going to even the playing field a good bit. Even though Topaz isn't a perfect program, it's a good enough program. It has 2 memory card slots. I shoot it before we finished our last wedding last year. I would shoot all the pictures ahead of time with the Canon R6. And then when we got to the reception, I switch over to this. I even have a Godox D1 flash that fits on here. I love this Lumix G9 Mark II for the size and for travel. We're looking at going to possibly the PPA show in Dallas in February, and we're maybe looking at going to Europe this summer, and definitely this will be the camera that goes. I won't be lugging my Canon R6 and all those heavy lenses through Europe, through Ireland, Italy, and Spain, and all those other places, because this will do 99.9% of everything that my Canon R6 will do. Sometimes it'll do even more. But the low light winner still has to go to the Canon for obvious reason. Full frame sensor. You're just not going to get the low light quality from a Micro Four Thirds sensor that you're going to get from a full frame sensor. Common sense. But with that said, there's so many other advantages to this. I can put this camera in a bag with 7 other lenses on a backpack, and it'll weigh a third or less of what carrying that Canon R6 and all those lenses are. The quality is astounding. If I was to shoot outside during the day with a field flash and print 11x14, I doubt most people would be able to tell the difference which one was shot on Micro Four Thirds, which one was shot on a Canon full frame. It's that good. Micro Four Thirds has came a long ways. If you'd have told me 41 years ago or even 31 years ago that I will be using a Lumix Micro Four Thirds camera more often than I use my Canon R6, I would have thought you were crazy. But the time has come, and I love this camera, and I use it all the time. I've done some model shoots with this, and I plan to do more to show you guys that a Micro Four Thirds camera can be used for model shoots. If you know how to use it, you can do it. That's the thing about with any camera. No matter how good the camera is, your knowledge is going to carry you forward on whether it's a Micro Four Thirds, or whether it's an APS-C, or whether it's a full frame. You can have the greatest camera in the world if you don't have the knowledge on how to use it. Somebody that has the knowledge on how to use it can take pretty much any camera and blow you out of the water. So with that said, trying to decide between this Lumix G9 Mark II and my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is more of a question of, do I want to cut off my left arm or do I want to cut off my right arm? Because it's impossible. This camera does kind of a whole different series of things than this camera does. I wouldn't shoot a reception with this, but I wouldn't carry this around in my pocket to get shots that this will do. It's just been a terrible choice trying to make. And I still don't have a good answer for you. I can give you 12 reasons why this one would be my favorite, and then I can give you 12 more reasons why this one would be my favorite. But if it came down to just the YouTube channel, by a margin of 50.1% to a margin of 39.9%, as much, and it's closer, man. I mean, you guys, if you own both of these, you know what I'm talking about. This thing is just crazy at what it does. It just works. This thing, you just flip it on and it's going to work. You don't have to worry about focus. You don't have to worry about sound. You just flip it on and it's going to keep everything steady and balanced, and you're going to be good to go. This camera is very similar, but I can do more with this camera, like I can shoot receptions. That's the only reason that I'm going to say the Lumix G9 Mark II would be my favorite piece of gear, even over my beloved DJI Osmo Pocket 3, just because of that reason. Now, I wouldn't shoot a model with this. I can shoot a model with this. But this is great for like B-roll. This is great for if you're in an emergency situation and you just need something to get out quick and set it up and get going. This is the way to go. I'm not slamming on this at all. In fact, of the 41 plus years I've shot, I can say pretty seriously, pretty surely, pretty confident. I'm looking for the right word. I can be pretty confident that these are probably two of my all-time favorite pieces of gear that I've ever owned. I'm trying to think back. Now, you know, I started with film, then I went to medium format with Mamiya, and I did love some of that Mamiya gear. Shooting medium format is amazing. Then we switched to digital. All the digital cameras are fantastic, and that Canon R6 is an amazing camera. It's, you know, I'm not slamming on that camera either. It's going to be right in the top 5 of best pieces of equipment, if not number 3. So probably take my Canon R6, my Lumix G9, my DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and something tells me next year that the DJI Neo will be in this race also. It's all just fantastic gear. I tell you guys, we live in a time of technology where it is just mind-blowing, the technology that we can get. I mean, I did a shoot the other day for my son. He would settle up at Nissan for me to do a shoot. I think I told you guys this about the drone flare. But when I got there, he had told him, he said, my dad's been a photographer for 31 years. Let's try him out. So we were doing some pictures and some videos for him. And I pulled this out, and I was sitting on a tripod, and my son gave me this horrified look. He's like, Dad, you're not going to use that, are you? That little stick? I'm like, well, it's really good. I promise it'll look good. He's like, Dad, I told him you're a professional. Like, it would be professional work, but he doesn't have none of that. So I said, don't worry. So I went and I pulled out the Lumix G9 Mark II. He was happy. The pictures looked great. Everything was great. But it was just funny because he was not impressed by my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. He's like, put that stick up and get out a real camera. I told him you're a professional. Don't make me look bad. So anyway, I didn't make him look bad. So I used the I used the Lumix G9 Mark II, and it did a fantastic job. I mean, this would have done a fantastic job too. But for looks, which is an important thing, you wanted me to have this camera out. This one would have done fine, but this one looks more professional. And I can see that. I can see that. So with that said, I can highly recommend all this gear. The LLano, the batteries, this is like $89. This DJI Neo, I got the Neo, I got the remote controller, and then I got the pack of extra 3 batteries. So I got more than just the Neo itself. I got a good bit of accessories to go with it. That'll be in next year's running for favorite gear. But for this year, it was these two, and just by the skin of teeth, we're going to give it to the Lumix G9 Mark II just because of the picture aspect. Shooting photos at the reception, I think puts it just a little ahead of this one. Which this would do photos, but it won't do it quite like this. I can't hook up like a V1 to this, so we'll go with the Lumix G9 Mark II, but if you don't have any of this equipment, I can't recommend better gear to you than any of this right here. I love all this gear. I don't want to be without either one of these. Don't get me wrong, both of these are staying. I will have these to the day I die. So that's at least 3 more weeks, we're hoping. I'm just kidding. But anyway, I'm going to leave a link for all this down at the bottom, just being the cheapest. I think it's $59 with no batteries, $89 with 2 LLano batteries. The DJI Neo with the remote control and everything was a little over $400. This retails for about $19.99. I got it on sale. That doesn't include the small lid cage, and it does not include the Andesini monitor that is on top. I've got a video coming out on this monitor. I absolutely love this monitor. I can't wait for you guys to see what all it will do. I have a video coming out on it very soon. And then I'm going to leave a link for the DJI Neo Pocket 3. Now, if you're just starting your YouTube channel and you don't have a lot of money to fork out on a lot of different stuff, and you just need one camera to get started, this might be the way to go. Because I got this with a kit, some extra stuff. I think it was around $600. And it's great for vlogging. If you're vlogging, it'll do a great job. If you're just sitting on a tripod doing a video, it'll do a good job. It's very wide angle. I have ordered a zoom lens. It's just a clip that goes over the end of this lens that is supposed to zoom it in from Ulanzi. I haven't got it yet. I should get it in the next few weeks. We'll be reviewing that. But if there's any of this gear that you have questions about, send me an email or drop a note down at the bottom. And if you already own it, drop a note down at the bottom and let me know what you think about it, because I just love it all. The year 2024, we got some of the best equipment that I've ever seen in my whole entire life. This is absolutely amazing where technology is going. I've enjoyed all this stuff. It's just the best. The DJI Neo is fun to fly, but that'll be in the running for next year. So this year, we're going to give it to the Lumix G9 Mark II. Everybody giving it a applause. Yay. #1. And an extremely close second place of the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Anyway, with that said, guys, I hope you guys are having a wonderful new year. If you have any questions, drop it down below, and I'll be glad to help you guys out. If we're helping you out, give us a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys soon. And don't forget to check out our Andesini video that'll be coming out very soon. I think you're going to be very impressed with this monitor. It's a very clear monitor. Anyway, I'll shut up now, guys. I appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and I appreciate you watching our channel. Thank you.